morning, class. Today we're going to have storytelling. Let's read the story of the Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow. But before we proceed, let's tell me what the first thing came on your mind when you hear the title of the story, The Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow. Yes? Okay. Yes? Stand up. Okay. Yes. It's nice to hear that all. Rather, what do you know about Robin Hood? Yes? That's nice. That's nice. Yes, you? Okay. Now, let's know who really Robin Hood is. Now, let's proceed to the story. Who may read the story? Yes, thank you, Miss Sebastian. Now listen to the story, reading by your classmate. Robin Hood and the Golden Arrow. In all the land, no one was better with a bow and arrow than Robin Hood. He lived with his band of merry men in Sherwood Forest. That was the woods where the king kept his royal deer. A few years before, King Richard had ruled the land. King Richard let people who were poor come into Sherwood Forest. They could hunt the deer to get food for their families. But the time had come for King Richard and his army to leave England. He was gone. His younger brother John took over the throne. But King John did not want anyone to come into Sherwood Forest to hunt the royal deer. From then on, anyone who was seen hunting the king's deer in the Sherwood Forest would be put in prison. Robin Hood did not like that one bit. He moved into Sherwood Forest to rest in green from his cuff to his boots. The trees of Sherwood Forest could hide him as he hunted the king's deer. Sometimes, other brave men came into Sherwood Forest. One by one, they joined Robin Hood and became his merry men. Robin Hood and his merry men would hide when rich nobles and dukes passed through the woods. Then all at once, they would jump out and rob those rich men. He will then give the money to the poor. The rich men who were robbed were not happy about it. They told bad King John what was going on in the Sherwood Forest. Something must be done about this, they said. The king put the sheriff of Nottingham in charge of Sherwood Forest. It will be his job to catch Robin Hood once and for all. But the man in green was too quick. His merry men would warn him each time they saw the sheriff of Nottingham or one of his guard in the woods. So the sheriff came up with a new plan. I will call for a great contest, he said, to find out who is the best in the land with a bow and arrow. The winner will go home with the golden arrow. The sheriff said in a low voice, If I know Robin Hood, he will not be able to stay away from such contest. And when he comes, we will catch him. Robin Hood, don't go to the contest, said Little John. Of all the merry men Robin Hood trusted, Little John the most. It's a trap, he said. "When they see you, they will get you." Robin Hood said nothing. He wanted to go. On the day of the contest, 10 fine bowmen lined up. The round target was so far away it was hard to see its black and red circles. One by one, each young man shot his best arrow. Some of the arrows landed on the target. None came close to the center. The sheriff turned to one of his guard. "Do you see him? Is he here?" "No, sire. Robin Hood has red hair. None of the ones who are shooting has red hair." "That wimp," said the sheriff. "He fears me. That is why he stayed away." 2 bowmen were left. The first was William, the sheriff's man. With care, William took aim. His arrow landed at the very center of the target. Bullseye. The crowd cheered for William. It was time for the last bowman. His arrow sailed through the air too. It landed right through William's bullseye arrow, cutting it in half. In a flash, the bowman let go of 2 more arrows. Each one flew toward the sheriff's head, pinning him to his feet, 1 arrow on each side. The sheriff did not know what was going on. Then the man in green pulled off his disguise and threw it on the ground. "Get him, you fools!" shouted the sheriff. "It's Robin Hood!" But our hero jumped over the wall to a horse waiting for him. He was gone. He had escaped. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you, Miss Sebastian. Now, what do you think will happen next? Yes? That's good. Yeah, it's right. That's right. This tale is one of the many adventures of Robin Hood, the most loved hero in all of England, and one of the most loved heroes in the world. This is not the end of the story. There's have a lot of adventures of Robin Hood. Now, class, what you learned from this story? Yes? Alright? You? Alright? You? Yes. Class, what you all say is right. But let's tell that this story trying to say is show the importance of kindness and giving to the less fortunate, and trying to show us to be brave and quick. That's life was going. This chart is a story map. This is your activity for this story. Class, the thing that you can answer my questions, I know you all can answer this activity. Okay? That's all for today. Thank you.